up for a few seconds, anyways. They're gonna hear us no matter what. All right, y'all ready? I'll
Yes,
give
we're
you a
ready.
hell yeah.
Get it.
That's right. Speaking of hell yes, this is Stone Cold K welcoming you to Puro Pinche Sports. And that some bitch Vincent Kennedy McMahon better stay out of this chat or I'm going to whoop his ass up and down that blank canvas. And that's all I got. I'm sorry, I lost it. I was on a roll and then I lost it.
And welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I am your host, Jose. So that is Stone Cold K Trevino, and we got Jesse, the Darkness, the Mexican Nightmare. We guess we can
Yeah,
go with.
all right, I'll take it. The Hispanic Nightmare.
All right, guys. Tonight we're gonna be talking about some Wrestlemania. It's like what?
Woo!
We had that shit last week. Why are y'all coming back with the same shit? Because we all went to our first Wrestlemania. Vatos, come on now, come on.
Yes, we did. It was amazing.
Of
Shit
course.
was awesome.
So
Yeah,
fun.
guys. I mean, just to start it off, go ahead. Share your experiences. Whoever wants to go first, share your experiences about WrestleMania, Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, whatever the fuck you want.
Go for it, Jesse.
So we all kind of drove, which was funny because we were originally gonna fly, but honestly, the drive wasn't terrible. I mean, me and Jose have driven further, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Kay has too.
Yeah.
But the drive wasn't that bad. I think what was bad was the anticipation for it. One, this was all our first WrestleMania, and we were all like wrestling fans. We grew up with wrestling. I know I grew up watching it with my grandpa, and man, there's like no words that can describe the event. There were so many old school wrestlers that we saw, new school wrestlers. Some weren't even wrestlers; they were just freaking celebrities. But man, it was a great experience. This is like for my first WrestleMania, and this is my first. I'm not my last. This was an awesome experience.
Right on, man. Same, dude. It's very much my first WrestleMania event. No, it's probably my third pay per view out of the big four. The last one I have to do is SummerSlam, and then I've hit all of them. But yeah, man, drive wasn't too bad, but yeah, the anticipation, and then once we're there, dude, like just waiting for the matches, waiting to see like the ones that like I was excited for, like, and then once they came on, like definitely met my expectations, if not exceeded them, dude. I mean, just yeah, the whole weekend was super dope, and then just being there with all the guys and hanging out, and just kind of just being bros and being dumb and doing wrestling shit was super fun. So yeah, definitely awesome. Definitely not my last WrestleMania either. I agree.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, just for our first experience, just the anticipation, like Jesse said, I couldn't sleep the first night we got there. I mean, mind you, it was a Motel 6 and there was no AC, so it sucked ass. But I mean,
Third floor. He was on the third floor.
third
He's
floor.
a big fella.
I didn't crash out till probably like 4 a.m. And that was like just me, like hours just waiting for myself to like fade out. And I told my wife, let's go out, let's go do something because I need to like, exhaust myself, just like pass out. And she was like, "No, I'm tired." I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna be up all night. But otherwise, I mean, I'll say that like for me, I don't know what y'all did as much as going on stuff, but like we talked a little bit about WrestleCon. So I did go to WrestleCon. It was like the last 45 minutes to get there. I legitimately just went so I can get a picture with Adam Cole. I mean, baby. Because the dude is one of like just my favorite current wrestlers going on, like happening right now. Took a picture with him. Took a picture with Johnny Knoxville. Would have taken a picture with Trish and Lita, but damn, their lines are long. But I mean, just a WrestleMania, just the atmosphere, bro. Like, imagine just coming back from like the pandemic and everything, and now we have full size arenas like filled up, and it just felt like almost like a sold out crowd in Cowboy Stadium. Just to see all the different like people with bringing their wives, their kids, whatever. You see guys with like championship belts, like 3. I got this one right here. This is the only time I ever felt comfortable wearing this fucking thing around anywhere.
New
It's the only time.
champ.
I know, right?
Stone
someone had to
come over there and make you put that belt on the line, you son bitch.
Well, let me tell you, let me give you my promo. It's fucking. Well, if you can dig it, sucker, I'll whoop your candy ass from left to right, and I'll send your ass home, and I'll still be the current because Ricochet can't get on the show, but I can.
I'm just waiting for Vivi to run right behind you and smack you in the head.
Well, it's a good
And
thing
steal the
that my
belt.
kid and my wife are at your house, and
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
safe
hear
right
him
now.
anymore.
He won.
Thank God. I told.
So I saw him. I saw him count 1, 2, 3. That's why they're there. It's extra
Right.
help.
For real. All right, guys. Well, enough of our experiences. Nobody gives a fuck about us. Just kidding.
It's so
No.
mean. It's
Dude,
just
the funniest part is like we're all kids at heart, like when it comes to wrestling, but we're in like 30-year-old bodies, so it doesn't really reflect. Like I remember we were talking about pre-gaming before the event, and man, oh my
I
god,
wish I had pre-gamed.
That did not happen at all. It's not even remote. I don't know how many times somebody was like, hey, let's do shots. Let's play WWE, right? Because one of our buddies brought their PS5 and had 2K. So it's like, let's play 2K and let's take shots. Losers take shots, and let's just get after it. And I was like, I called him out. I was like, we've been here 2 freaking days, and I haven't seen you take one fucking shot. Like you're all talk. I don't know why you keep saying, yeah, let's do shots. Let's do shots. Let's do shots. I'm like, you're not taking shots at anything. You're just shooting your mouth off. So then they proceeded to bring out the kettle vodka, and then there we were taking swigs out of it, like we were 24. So that's on me.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, man. Well, we can definitely talk more shit about what we experienced. But I said we kick off night one right away. I mean, it started with not a banger. More like a knee collapsed and it just ruined the whole fucking match, in my opinion. And that was the SmackDown Tag Title match. Usos retained against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Jesse, for your first match WWE match in a while, because we went to Dynamite like just a few weeks prior. What were your thoughts on the tag team match? I guess up to the point where he blew out his knee.
Honestly, I thought it had a really good momentum going. I was expecting a little longer match, but it looked really good. Like it had a really good energy about it, and I feel like he wasn't supposed to collapse there, obviously, and he was supposed to finish the move, and I thought that would have been just so super fucking awesome. But things don't work out that way. After 30, it's just downhill.
Is Rick Boogs even 30? I don't even know. But
if he's not, then wow. Just wow.
I mean, he's got a lot of muscle, man. He's very jacked and just
too much muscle.
I mean, it just came off. The ligament just came off, bro.
I think that's what he said, right? That his muscle was flexing like so hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just popped off.
Too much muscle, it popped off. Yeah, that's nuts, dude. I wish I had that problem.
And it's crazy. And I don't think as fans, one aspect we don't realize is how much stress their bodies are put through. I mean, they're putting on a show. But they train, they practice, and you know what I mean, these moves and all that stress on the body is just insane. I can barely go up 10 stairs and I'm winded. I'm surprised I haven't torn anything. But yeah.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. Connection. I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, all right.
I lost connection for a second. Okay, yeah, we're still live. All right, Kay, what are your thoughts on that match?
I thought it was it had a decent pacing. And yeah, I mean, I think we all knew Usos were going to retain, so it was just a matter of just being a fun match. But yeah, man, that sucks, dude. Like that's an instant, injury. I thought it was at first. I thought it was a work because I was like, okay, he collapsed. But then once I saw I think we all saw it, like the lady run.
Yep.
On the ring, and she's there checking on him, and she's touching his leg, and he's like wincing in pain. I was like, oh shit, this is real. So that was a real bummer to see because you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah.
From my section.
So all you motherfuckers who are like wrestling's fake, it's predetermined, not fake. Predetermining the match is not the same as
facts, man.
It being completely fake. The athleticism is real. Who's winning the match is fake.
That's true. I'll give the match 2 out of 5 stars. Yeah. I would say it had good.
It's not even the worst momentum. One.
No, it's not.
It's not. No, it's not. I mean, well, actually, you know what? I think my worst one is different from y'all's, but we'll save that for another one.
I don't know.
I will see. Okay, so I mean, 2 of 5 stars. I think they could have done a little more with Shinsuke, making it a handicap match. I mean,
Mhm.
he's so talented; he could have carried, but it is what it is. They cut out 6 minutes. Fuck. So they retained. Second match of the night was McIntyre defeating Corbin. K thoughts.
I'm gonna be honest. During that match,
You died a little inside.
no, I went to go get nachos,
All right, bathroom
so
break
I
match.
totally missed it.
We talked about bathroom break matches. We talked about it. I mean,
We
shit.
talked about it.
You know,
I
this
mean,
one was just one of the early ones that
I
fuck
figured
it.
it was gonna be a short match, and it was gonna be McIntyre over Corbin, which I was right. I didn't see any of it. I mean, I should have rewatched it, but not surprised he was gonna win. But yeah, I got up to go stretch my legs and get some food. So sorry, guys.
No, Jesse, thoughts? Did you
Well, I
watch it
believe
or did you go with
the
K?
previous match they had, what Corbin took his sword, didn't he?
It
Did he
wasn't a
like
match.
steal
He
his
just
sword?
he just like beat him up and then stole it.
And then, but he shows up to WrestleMania with the sword. So like,
No, well, that was on
what
Monday,
the
and
hell?
then he got it back on Friday.
How did he get back? Did he beat him up?
Yes.
He forced a new one.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. You want to talk about the new one? Or did you see the replay?
Oh, there's a new sword.
No. So it's so
Oh shit!
so you know how the ring collapsed, so the ropes,
Oh
right?
yeah,
He
I saw
swung it.
that. I saw that.
You saw how the sword bent.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fake.
Well, duh. Of course, it's not real. Like you.
No, but
think
the
about-
one he's been carrying on all the time is always real because you could tell from
Oh,
the steel it's real, like the steel. But when I was watching the replay yesterday at WrestleMania, and when I saw it, I was like, why is it glossy? Why is it off? Why is it like it's like that's not real steel? And then I'm showing Viviana how it's folding down.
it's just all twig.
It definitely wasn't forged in fire.
No, it's
Looks
not.
like somebody needed a little bit of Viagra to get them through their day or their match.
That sword needs some milk.
That sword needs some milk. It
Um,
needs some milk.
but otherwise, it was still a good match in my opinion. I'll give it 2.5 stars. It was not bad. But it wasn't like, oh my god.
No, those matches came later.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
sure.
soon enough. Third match, and we'll start with you, Jesse. Logan Paul and The Miz defeat the Mysterios.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, before the match, when I heard Logan Paul was gonna be in it, I wasn't too excited for it, just because like I feel like he's hated by a lot of people. I just don't think he's hated enough. But okay, so I was like, all right, let's watch it. So I didn't use this match as like a restroom break. I was like, all right, let's check it out because I like Miz. He's a douchebag sometimes, but he was actually a much better villain than I thought he'd be. Like his character was really good. Like, it was very well played out. Like the moves, as he was stealing, like everything, his whole demeanor, like he made you hate him, and I loved that aspect. Like looking in for a villain in like WWE.
Okay, what about you? How did you feel about it?
Oh no, yeah. I actually did come back in time to sit down and watch the whole match. Everybody was trading off. Everybody had their match where they're like, it's my bathroom break match. No, dude. So it was really good. I think there were great spots. I think the way they went about it was super good. It was decent storytelling. Like Jesse said, like Logan Paul doing like the real heel shit and doing like Eddie Guerrero's like little like shuffle and like doing a frog splash and doing that shit. Like that's such a fucking heel thing to do.
Yeah.
And and it made you hate him more. But like I will say his in-ring ability, I was really surprised by. Kind of like when Bad Bunny was wrestling, same thing. Right? Like I want to say I would love to see those two guys get in a match against each other. Like obviously with two other like seasoned wrestlers too with them to kind of help guide them. But like, man, he really did a really good job. Definitely impressed me with his ability in the ring. A little bummed by the outcome because I have a soft spot for the Mysterios because they're always getting jobbed out and losing. So I was hoping they would win, but you know what? It was still a cool match. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio is definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. I was a little upset with the outcome, but no.
I wasn't upset by it because I was at this point I was still undefeated as far as my predictions. I felt really good. I was like, yeah, Logan Paul ain't gonna lose. No, they ain't gonna bring in a celebrity and have them lose.
Yeah.
He was great. I mean, fuck it. I mean, I love the celebrities that come in and actually want to wrestle and actually like do the stunts.
Hmm.
He did definitely better at Johnny Knoxville, in my opinion, for the weekend. But
Oh,
he showed
I
he
think
showed it.
I think it was supposed to be like that though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not a big fan of the comedy matches like that. That's more
Gotcha.
for Raw and stuff like that. But anywho, I think it was great. I mean, he came out with like the $5.2 million Pokemon card he bought
Oh
like
yeah,
a few months ago,
encrusted in
and
gold and diamonds.
I liked it. I mean, honestly, this is a good. Like I said last week, this is a good redemption for Miz for taking the loss to Bad Bunny. He needed the win, and he is the one that picked up the pinfall victory for his team. Logan Paul got his ass whooped, and then he betrays Logan Paul right afterwards and hits him with a skull crushing
Yeah, I saw
finale, which
that.
makes it even a lot of fun.
Heel
I give
turn,
this,
double heel turn.
hell yeah, I get, and this is my favorite match of the night as so far, up until those three matches, right? So that was like I give it a 3-star. That's a 3-star match. That was good. So after that, that's when it got really good. And Kay, I'm gonna let you kick it off. It's Bianca Belair defeating Becky Lynch to capture the Raw Women's title.
I was so hyped for that match, dude. I felt she needed a redemption after what was it, Rumble, where she just got it was a squash match. She just showed up and like, okay, 1, 2, 3 pin. I was so fucking pissed by that. So they put on a damn good match, man. Like there was definite storytelling. Like you almost got scared like at the beginning. Like you thought, oh shit, it's gonna be the same outcome, and then she kicks out, and then it just goes from there. Now there was a moment where I think it looked like Becky kicked her in the head near the end of the match, towards the end,
Mm-hmm.
and she looked a little kind of loopy. Like Bianca looked a little loopy, but like she held it together. But yeah, overall, man, damn good match, and I was super happy with the outcome. I think Bianca is definitely a good champ, and they need to give her a legit run and let her do her thing. And even if it's a feud with Becky for the next year or next 6 months or whatever, I think it would be good. Like they put on a quality match, and they have a good in ring face heel dynamic that is just good to watch. It's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Jesse, your thoughts?
So I'm not too familiar with these wrestlers, but man, their match was really good. I was very impressed with it. I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping she would like choke her out with her hair, just like, submit. But it was a really good match, and I saw that. I remember that kick towards the end. I think she was like jumping off like the turnbuckle and hit her in the face. Man, in the pictures afterwards, like the next day, she had like a welt. But man, it was a great match. It was really good. Very impressed.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do a botched Molly go around and neither of y'all really practice it because Becky doesn't really throw it. But man, it landed so square in the eye. I mean, here I'm putting it up for y'all to see.
Oh,
Man,
Yes, that's swollen shut. Like there's just
oh,
nothing for Bianca. And for those who are listening and not watching on video, yeah, her left eye is closed shut. So she's
yeah,
gonna take a few weeks off to recover. But I mean that's a beauty mark right there. But what a match! It was the
yeah.
best match of the weekend in my opinion. I'll just say it now. For me
She
personally, I
took
think
that
those.
hit
oh,
like
okay.
a champ though, and then just continued.
Yeah, and bro, and like the sequences, like you said, Kay almost repeated the loss from SummerSlam where she took the freaking rock bottom early on, and then she took the rock bottom on the steel steps.
Oh, I
So
know.
that
That's
one hurt.
hard.
But then she pulled the John Cena and just ran in at 9. She's like, "Fuck it, I'm back up." And so, but she wins. I think I gave it a 4.5 stars for the match. I mean, the women just killed it that night. I mean, let's just and they were perfect. But that's all I gotta say for that one. The following match, well, this was a return that a lot of people were hoping to see, and it was Stephanie McMahon introducing Gable Stevenson. Just kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's the Nightmare, the American Nightmare. Sorry, Jesse, for being a Hispanic one. Cody Rhodes defeating Seth Rollins. Kay, your thoughts?
Oh, dude, that was a great entrance. Just like everybody knew it was gonna happen, but then when it happened, still even knowing, excuse me, that was gonna happen, it didn't dampen on the excitement. Like once the music hit and he came up from under the ring, not the ring. I'm sorry, from the under the
Staging.
ramp and stuff. Yeah, dude. I mean, and then just watching the match, you could tell at first it was a little slow, but then like once they were getting the feel for each other, and so once they were like comfortable. Like they started, man, it definitely took off in the second half of the match for sure. Um, that was such a good. It was a good match. Wasn't the best match, but solid for his first match back in a long time. And then Seth too, man. Like he did his job. Such a good match. It was good.
Jesse, what are your thoughts on it, man?
I really liked how they introduced Peacekeeper into the mix. I thought it was very solid.
Stupid.
But now, man, like I loved how he was mimicking. Was it his dad's moves?
Mm-hmm.
And that was just so awesome. It's really good to see like that generational kind of like, you know what I mean? Like he's respecting those moves from his dad.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cool to see.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
he did a little thing to Stardust, right? He did like a little cartwheel.
He did the cartwheel and
He's like, Stardust.
Mm-hmm. He's like shedding that skin away. He's like, I'm no longer Stardust, bitches. I'm the American Nightmare. Thank God too, because
hey, what about that tattoo?
Oh, his neck tattoo,
right?
It's the ugliest thing in the world. It's the worst spot it could be. Why not the shoulder? Why not the back? You know,
back, yeah. Somewhere
I mean, he could have.
You know,
he could have gotten a giant massive tattoo on his back of that thing, but the placement of his neck up until his chin is just ugly.
And the colors are super vibrant, like very bright. So they like it's hard to miss it on his body, you know, like because he's light skinned. But man, yeah, very awkward tattoo.
Yeah, and it's the only one there. It's like you didn't even get anything else around his neck.
I know, yeah, it's the only one there.
It's like you had all these body parts to go with it, and that's where you chose to go.
You could put it on your forearm. You could have put it on
his butt cheek. That would have been better.
Yeah, no shit, right? Lower back.
His tramp stamp.
Yeah,
dude. Honestly, I would have loved it more if it was a tramp stamp.
Or his belly button.
But I digress.
I give their match for his first return back. I'll give it about a 3 3/4 star match. Nah, because I'm not gonna rate it.
I'll give you that. It's just gonna get better.
Yeah, it's just gonna be better. It's also his first match back. He hasn't really worked with WWE talent in like 6 years, so I mean it wasn't bad. It was really good. It was 20 minutes long. He controlled majority of it, but it was good. So they're gonna have a better storytelling along the way. Just kick it off with Charlotte Flair retaining the title over Ronda Rousey, your favorite MMA fighter.
Oh man, you know that was a really good match for a lot of different reasons.
Shut up.
What? You don't know what my reasons are for liking this match?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do know why.
Okay, go ahead. What's one reason?
No, you tell him. You tell him.
No, go ahead. One. Just one. Just one reason, I'll say.
Yeah, one tit. There you go. Happy?
Wow, cochino.
That's what you said.
The titty. It was great. No, the match was actually overall it was really good. I love Ronda Rousey. I like her as a wrestler. I think I like her more as a wrestler. She has her flaws. I think Jose mentioned it that she kind of like is easily influenced by how her fans treat her. So whenever it's a negative notion, she kind of reflects that. But I really like her character and how this match kind of played out. I was really wanting her to win, but Charlotte definitely took that dub. But overall, really good match.
Okay, are you surprised they went with Charlotte after all? I mean, I know I picked Charlotte to win the match, but are you surprised they went with her after all?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking. I mean, the way they made it seem, or the way they were kind of leading it, was like they were making it seem like they were going to give it to Ronda. But I get why they kept why they had Charlotte keep it, because it kind of continues the feud. Because she did kind of just show up at Rumble, and Rumble was just like two months ago,
late January.
Yeah, right. So like 2.5 months ago. So that's right. We're already in April. Sorry. So it was like 3 months ago, 2.5, 3 months ago. So like. Yeah, there hasn't been enough of a longevity like I guess for them to be like, okay, we'll just drop it to Ronda. So if anything, it's just probably going to be a year-long feud. She'll probably drop it at I don't know, maybe SummerSlam or just next Mania. But no, yeah, it was a good match. Definitely, just I mean, I
liked how it finished because. The Ronda fans, it felt like she deserved it because she got her to tap, even though the ref was out. But Charlotte also took the dub, which kind of, you know what I mean? They kind of both kind of had a little victory.
Yeah.
Do you think they give Charlotte the win because Ronda doesn't want to be there longer?
I want to say it's that, but I also think too because if they lose Charlotte, like we all know she'll go straight to AEW and they'll fucking take her in. And they
You are
probably
set
don't
to
want to
believe
lose her.
that she will leave.
Yeah, so they probably are doing. I think it's one because Ronda doesn't want to stay long, but two, it's probably to keep her happy so she doesn't leave the AEW. That's just my take.
That's crazy. She chose to leave. I mean, whew,
Also, it's kind of hard to as like from I guess the WWE's perspective because say if down the line they want to give the title to someone else, like if she's gonna have that option, you know what I mean? She's just gonna use it as leverage, and I don't know how well that'll play out for her.
I mean, Charlotte Flair to me is still the face of the women's division.
Yeah.
And if they lose her, I mean, they have Becky and Bianca, they'll be solid, but there's just a thing that Charlotte Flair brings into the table. So hopefully they don't lose her. But all right, anywho, that is 6 matches down, and so we only have one
What
match
would
to
you
go.
rate it?
Ooh, that one was a 4 out of 5. So just right
Okay.
below Bianca and Becky, but it was really solid. I really like the match. I think my biggest thing that I hated, and it's something that's similar to Brock. I know she has a judo background, but damn, there's so many arm drags, so many like judo
Yeah.
tosses and stuff like that. I'm
Mhm.
like, you do a little
And
more with your arsenal.
they kind of look a little sloppy.
Yeah, I'm like, and I don't know if it's because maybe Charlotte's not taking it right or what it is, but it just looked like
Yeah.
it didn't look like that effective. Like at least with a German suplex, that shit hurts. But it just looked like Charlotte was falling just to fall. Um,
There's a lot of botches.
and thankfully, thankfully nobody took a fucking foot in the eye, right? I mean, fuck.
Right?
And then to the final match for first night. I mean, fucking the real retirement match of Stone Cold Steve Austin defeating
Oh man.
KO Kevin Owens. I'll let Stone Cold K kick it off and just tell us how you feel, man. Tell us how you felt about seeing Stone Cold come back to the match, come back to the ring, lace up them boots, and whoop that candy ass.
Well, let me tell you something, Jose. There's nothing ever made Stone Cold K feel better than watching Stone Cold Steve Austin walk down that ramp and whoop that ass of Kevin Owens all up and down Cowboy Stadium, teaching that French Canadian son of a bitch that the rattlesnake is still capable of. That son of a bitch got what he deserved. Yeah, dude, that was a sick ass match, dude.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So good. I mean, definitely Kevin carried it. A lot of like the tosses and stuff, but like man, the bumps they took out on the floor, going around on the mat, like on the concrete and shit on the stage. Whew. Man, Stone Cold still got it, dude. Stone Cold still got it. It was great. I mean,
who told Stone Cold to fucking eat a suplex on the concrete? I flinched. I flinched. I was like,
I thought he died.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be over after that. I was like, oh shit, he's done. Nope. I think his adrenaline kicked in. It was a slow little pace, and then it just took off after that, like immediately.
I think it was the 30 beers he had. I mean, he didn't drink any of it, but I mean, he just fucking like he crushed the can and just all of it comes down his chin. I'm like, ah, damn.
I was
Dude,
there.
For sure, WWE was paying for all those beers, and he's like, just keep bringing them, keep bringing them.
I was telling, who was I sitting next to? I was sitting next to Steven. And I was like, oh, Stone Cold gonna go home, take a little bit of ibuprofen, take a little bit of Advil, take a little nap, drink a little prune juice, maybe get a little bit of icy hot and rub his back. Stone Cold need a good back if you're gonna whip Vincent Kennedy McMahon's ass again. I was like, dude, I was watching him take bumps and I was like, my back. My back.
Man.
Jesse, your thoughts on one of your heroes coming back?
Man, dude, it was bittersweet because deep down you kind of feel like this is like his last match. I don't think he can wait another 19 years to do another match.
He's like,
I don't think we can wait another 19 years.
I know. You start like, you know what I mean? Like when you first saw him, like in the like his like knee braces, you're like, you know what, those might be for show. But now you're like, you know what, he actually needs those. But man, dude, they both were taking beatings. Like for sure, I wasn't expecting Stone Cold to like take some serious hits. You know what I mean? Like that suplex on the concrete. That dude, that had to hurt. But man, the energy of that match was so good. Like it was good to see Stone Cold win, but I have to. What's the other wrestler's name? I'm sorry.
Kevin Owens.
Dude, he sold it, man. Like he took that energy Stone Cold had, and like you know what I mean. Like they were just playing off each other, and the match felt really good, really good.
I think what we need to appreciate more too is that as much as this was a big night for Stone Cold, for him retiring the right way, this was big for Kevin Owens. The Stone Cold was his
Yeah, for
hero.
sure.
Stone Cold gave him the nod to say you can use the Stone Cold Stunner as your finisher. This is his first main event at WrestleMania. There's a lot of contract dealings before this about maybe him leaving to go work with AEW, and just for him to get this moment, this time to like go out there and do shit. I mean, fucking amazing. So he carried it. I mean, obviously he's not gonna throw super kicks or fisherman busters from the top rope,
Yeah.
but I mean, just the sell job too. I mean, just eating every hit like it was the worst possible hit out there. Man, what a fucking G is Stone Cold Steve Austin for what he did, and to Kevin Owens. Thankfully, Kevin Owens is a safe worker, not dangerous, and he took care of the man. You know, so
Yeah, for sure.
a lot of praise for Kevin Owens there, and I hope he gave him a push, a rightful push. Maybe he can take the U.S. title and not Austin Theory, but we can talk about that a little more later on. So that's night one. I give that match, I'll say 3 stars. And I'll say for nostalgia. I mean, for the childhood in me, 10 stars, but for match quality, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Night 2 kicked off with RK Bro retaining their titles over
So good.
Alpha Academy and Street Profits. Jesse, go ahead, man. Go ahead with that one.
Oh man, definitely Randy Orton is probably one of my favorite wrestlers. And man, he like him and what's his name, bro? I guess
Riddle.
Okay, bro. Yeah.
Riddle.
Riddle. Now they both kind of had they have a really good chemistry. You know what I mean when they wrestle. And it's very good to see because sometimes you see like tag team matches and their partner there's really no I don't know this play back and forth. But they have really good chemistry. I really like the match. It was good seeing I guess a triple threat tag team match because you get to see kind of a little bit of everything. You get to see the individual wrestlers and their moves and tag team sorry, they keep opening the door.
Who is they? God damn. Viviana.
My cat's and your son.
Jesus. Third godson.
Yeah, you gotta love him. He's lucky he's cute. But yeah, man, it was a really good match. Very good. I really liked it. I don't know what you rated, but I definitely give it a 3.8 to a 4.
Nice. Okay, your thoughts?
Dude, no, I really like that match. That was a good match. I think there was good spots. There was good little storytelling in the ring, with people taking over. For a little bit there, you thought Alpha Academy was gonna win, and I was like, these motherfuckers. But yeah, no, I love the way it ended. I love the way they went about the whole match. The spots were great, and then even the little stuff after with the old boy that they're pushing really hard right now, coming in. What's his name?
Gable Stevens.
Gable Stevens. Yeah, or Stevenson, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
I thought that was cool too. So definitely, I thought great way to open up night 2. Solid match. I gave it definitely probably a 4.
I really thought the finish was going to be when Riddle jumped onto the top rope and then caught Montez with the RKO, but then they just said, you know what, all right, Randy, we need your RKO in there too.
It's not enough.
It was a beautiful match. I mean, I think my favorite part was seeing live in person Montez Ford jumping over the turnbuckle. Because you see it on TV,
dude, that was cool. Awesome. Yeah.
But when he actually, you see him actually do it and go into a Superman pose, it's awesome. But other than that, man, I give that one about 3 stars. I don't think it was better than the triple threat match they had a few weeks back with Seth KO. I think that one was was still better than this one, but this one was still solid. A good solid opener for the show. And I mean, made me fucking happy to see fucking Chad Gable get fucking tossed around. It's funny. I like the guy, but shush. God, my mind is blown right now. I'm skipping the Sammy, but was Sammy the next match? Was he the second match
No,
of
I
the
thought
night?
it was. I thought it was almost in Lashley.
Oh yes,
That one
the
I
other bathroom
totally
break
didn't
match.
watch.
Yeah, I mean I watched all of the matches, but
Mhm.
so you went. This is your bathroom break, huh?
Yeah,
All
it was
right, so
mine
that
too.
was yours too. Okay. Uh, almost moved
I
like
mean,
Great
we got
Khali.
we saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, like the end.
There's not
Yeah,
much to say.
Yeah, it was just
I mean,
paychecks.
Lashley speared the back of Omos, and then he speared him fully, and then he got the clean win. I mean, and then the next night, my prediction happened, and MVP betrays Lashley, which I thought was gonna happen at WrestleMania, and well, they fucked. That was my first wrong prediction of the whole fucking weekend. Pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, come on, you can't do the MVP thing right there. No, I'm gonna do it. But anyways, yeah, 1.5 star. I mean, not the worst matches in the night, but it was. There's
Definitely
nothing.
a
surprisingly,
bathroom
right?
break match.
It's Omos's fault. It's just you're giant, but
Yeah.
you have no athleticism. Like, I
No,
mean,
it's
not
just.
you're just you're just big. I saw it with Kali. I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next match was definitely the comedy match. Definitely a little more enjoyable, but not technical wrestling. Johnny Knoxville beats Sami Zayn with the help of the Jackass crew. Okay, you watch this one?
Yes, I watched the
Yeah.
second half of it. And actually, I rewatched it when I got home. I thought that was a fun, goofy match. Like, I mean, did it need to be on Mania? No, but for what it was, I think it was. I think it was funny. I think it was cool. I think it would have been better if some of the props worked the way they were supposed to.
Mhm.
But for the most part, that was cool to watch Sammy just kind of get his ass kicked. And he was like, he was working pretty stiff, man. He was throwing some hard blows at Knoxville.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, but yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was okay for what it was. Definitely like a 2-star match at best,
Yeah.
but it was cool.
Jesse, tell us your favorite part of that match.
I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely a 3 star, maybe 3.3. Just because I love Johnny Knoxville. I just saw the movie not too long ago, and man, it was really funny. Like all of us and like just our side, everyone was laughing their ass off at everything. I wish the props worked like they were supposed to. I definitely agree with that, and they were definitely taking a beating. But Johnny Knoxville, I guess his character in WWE, he's pretty much Kevin from Home Alone. It had the same vibe.
Stupid.
But man,
I
dude, I'm so glad Wee Man came out and started whooping ass. It was really funny.
I mean, are you surprised that Sammy sold a power slam, a scoop slam from
Dude,
fucking
that
Wee
was
Man?
definitely a sell, but it was funny, man. It was funny to see Wee Man do it, you know?
Yeah, like I said, it was low scoring for me.
Yeah.
It's a comedy show. It's fun,
It
but
also, you got to give it to Johnny Knoxville's opponent because he had to sell. He really did have to sell, especially with all the cheesy props. You know what I
the
mean? But
mousetrap, fucking
The
if anything,
table,
you know, people would probably disagree. I don't think y'all would, but they think like Johnny Knoxville like sold everything, but it was really
It was
what's
all
his name
him.
that
Yeah,
sold
Sami
everything.
Zayn.
You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
carried that match because otherwise, you know what I mean. It wouldn't have turned out just as good.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll give it 2 stars just for the funny parts, but that's about it. I ain't going any higher than that. I mean, there's just not really much to say. I mean, honestly, like I was like, okay, I'll enjoy it, but
This should have been my potty break.
I know people were chanting for Steve-O, Steve-O,
Yeah.
Steve, and no go. But anyways, fourth match of the night. Okay, I know your time is limited, of course,
Oh, that's
tonight.
cool. We're good.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. So the next one was the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team Title match. Naomi and Sasha Banks
Mm.
win the titles over Carmella Zelina, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Natalia, Shayna Baszler. I'm just like, Jesus, long list.
I hate Shayna Baszler.
Oh wait, do tell me about that one. Why do you hate her? Why do you hate her?
I think
What did she do to you?
the whole thing, the way they went about her, like in NXT being like, oh, she's like the next Oscar, like she's this hardcore person, like she's like almost like a mini Brock, and I'm like, ugh, whatever. I don't know. Also, I don't find her attractive. That's all rude. That's so vain. No, I just, I can't get behind her character. I think she's bland. I mean, she's definitely a good wrestler. Like, she's got good in ring ability, but like beyond that, like she's bland. She's like a more bland Ronda Rousey. No offense, Jesse. Um,
Wow,
that I mean,
I'm
that's just
offended.
honest truth. Um, although I was a little sad, like because I do like Sasha and Naomi as a tag team. I think they're great. I think they're solid. But I do like Liv and Rhea. So like I kind of want to see that tag team take off and get an opportunity. Definitely after Naomi and Sasha have had their run, I think I'd like to see that tag team get a run because I think they'd be good. Like they have good in ring ability, and it looks like they have a pretty good dynamic. But overall, it was a good match. I mean, I don't think it was better than the men's. And I don't think it was better than like Sasha and Bianca, but it was all
It's
right.
better than the previous two matches that happened. I think,
Yes.
personally.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Definitely better than the two previous matches before it. Yeah.
Mhm. I'll just go with my rating now. I'll say it was a 2.5 for me rating. Now I don't know. I know Jesse doesn't watch Raw or SmackDown. I know he's not going to be a regular watcher, and that's absolutely fine. This was his childhood, to go to WrestleMania just like the rest of us, and he enjoyed the hell out of it. But okay, I don't know if you saw Raw. There's a tease about Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan breaking up already.
I didn't see that part on us. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so they're gonna get a tag title match next week. They lost, but they're still gonna get one for whatever reason. And the theory is that she's gonna join Edge's new faction,
Who is Rhea?
Ripley. Ripley.
I can see it. She would fit the vibe. They're basically recreating the Brood.
Yeah, yeah, but we'll call this one the Broad.
I do love me Rhea Ripley.
So, um, so there's that. I think the match is good. At one point I thought Liv Morgan got hurt after when she did the double team finisher with the riptide. I thought she hurt her knee, and then because for a moment they and Natalia and Shayna just disappeared, and it was just the champs versus the new champs, and that like the last like minute and a half or 2 minutes, and it just made no sense to me. But I like Sasha and Naomi. It's interesting that, but I'm glad Naomi's getting a title run. It's been a minute since she's had one. I think like 4 or 5 years. Sasha. I mean, I think she's just better as a heel singles competitor, but I get what they're doing. There's just too much on that side right now. They need a strong baby face, and she can kind of pull it off.
Well, yeah. I mean, that women's tag team just needs to. That
Go away.
division just needs to get better.
Or go away. Either one. I mean,
Yeah.
I no offense to like the women. The women are talented, but they do nothing with that division. The
They
NXT tag titles are hot potato too. Like,
Yeah.
so Jesse, what were your thoughts on the match?
I honestly don't know what people are raving about. What's her name? Carmella. I don't really think she's that pretty.
You don't think she's the most beautiful woman in all of WWE?
No, I think she should keep the mask on.
Oh, you're talking about Corey Taylor? Corey Taylor from Slipknot out there wrestling with the girls?
Yeah, and I didn't know her character, so I remember asking Jose, and I guess her persona is that she has to keep her face beautiful, so she keeps it on. She should
Makes
definitely just
zero
keep it on,
sense.
you know?
Makes zero
Stupid.
sense.
Because that mask is like leather. It's like you can still get hurt. It's not plastic or hard plastic or whatever. Or whatever.
And imagine if it was plastic, like it would just hurt more.
Cracks.
Oh my god!
No, the match was really good. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't too familiar with a lot of the wrestlers, but I definitely liked it a lot better than the previous matches for sure.
Yeah.
It was actually wrestling.
I mean, if you want to look at women's tag team wrestling, I would definitely recommend Sasha and Banks and Bailey. Look that up versus like Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, or Bailey and Sasha versus the Kabuki Warriors, or Bailey and Sasha versus Alexa and Nikki Cross. That's around even it's pandemic time too. That was pandemic time, and they would kill as a team. They showed what tag team wrestling for it's all about, and it just hasn't been the same since Oh, I mean, I guess last year when Natalia and
Well,
Tamina
and
won
I
the
think the
titles.
problem is that like not to harp on the subject any longer, but I think the issue is that they're not bringing in women tag teams. They're bringing in individual women who they all wrestle, they're all friends, and then they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna throw it all together because we think your vibes will like or your gimmicks will work together." And it's like, or how about you
Mm,
start pulling in tag team talent, like people who are out there actually
the
wrestling as
Iconics.
women who are tag teams, and then going from there. But you know,
And that's my
it-
biggest thing about tag team wrestling in WWE is that they just decide, you know what, let's just break up every tag team, and then later on, oh, we made a mistake, let's put them with someone else because whatever. Because like I don't mind the Shayna Baszler and Natalia team up because they have a Ronda Rousey relationship now. If they're a heel team, cool. Like all three of them, cool. But otherwise, you just had those two against each other in different tag teams last year, so
Mhm.
it kind of looks stupid. But anyways, we'll move on from now. We really don't need to harp on that one. We've talked about that one way too long. This was probably this was the longest match of night two, and that was Edge defeating AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, that was a long match.
So that was the longest match of the whole weekend. Jesse, you loved Edge. You loved AJ Styles when you watched TNA at times.
Yep, for sure.
Give me your thoughts on both this match entirely.
So I feel like this match was really good. There's a lot of momentum building, but I feel like it's at some parts it was like the momentum would build and then it was a stagnant build, stagnant. Like it definitely felt like a long match. And I think really good matches shouldn't feel like that. It shouldn't be like, wow, this is dragging. But I think from our perspective, we didn't have any commentary, so I think that's probably uh, that didn't help the aspect of it feeling like a long match. But yeah, man, I really liked the storyline between them two. Um, Edge has always, been on the little edgy side. It felt like AJ Styles was Jesus fighting the devil. He definitely had that Jesus look going.
Oh, I mean, he fucking cut his cheek on the way out on the entrance. Everyone thought it was during the match. Just like, no, he busted himself walking out onto the star on the
Really?
stage.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how he busted his cheek.
Jesus.
Um, I gave it a 3.5, and it's only because it didn't deliver. I feel like it took them so long to get to the next year
Hmm.
because I get that maybe Edge is trying to tell a story. But man, they laid there on the fucking canvas like early on, like, oh my god, that was the most devastating move of all time. I need to lay here for like 15 seconds and just sell it. Like they sold it too much. Like I maybe I need
Yeah.
to watch it on TV. Like like for me, I know for like y'all maybe and some people like commentaries was big, but like in my head, I'm telling myself the commentary, I'm telling myself the story. But when you're just laying there and just like eating the cell like for too
Mhm.
long, I'm just like, dude, this ain't a last man standing match. We don't need this. Go to next year already. Like the women
Yeah.
were able to do that. If Charlotte and Ronda could do it, even though their match was choreographed at least 3 times before they did it. And Bianca and Becky can go out there and then steal the show. And Cody and Seth, you have no issues to do this. I get it. Edge is almost 50. You can't go, and so is AJ actually. AJ 44. You can't go
Yeah.
all crazy, but
They
Mhm.
definitely look it.
I mean, at least cut it 6 minutes. Like step up the gear a little faster. Make it worth our while.
Six?
But,
Fuck, man. I think you could cut 10 minutes. How long was that match?
24.
No, yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I take it back. That could have easily been a 15 to 18-minute match tops.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yep.
unnecessarily long because I started falling asleep a little bit during it. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, this pacing is killing me. And then I
Yeah.
wake up and I'm like, okay, hey, we're taking off now. Here we go.
Tell me if y'all feel different. I was tired in the begin, like after like the Becky and Bianca match, and I was like they did like the Undertaker entrance, I think, and the Gable Stevenson stuff. I was a little winded, like I was a little burnt out by the start of Cody and Seth, but but it kept me going. Like it still
Yeah.
was good, and then even the Ronda and Charlotte match. There was nothing before the Edge and AJ Styles to burn me out. The show was going by quick, in my opinion. Like I think the first 3 or 4 matches, like the first hour, and then we
Yeah.
had Edge and AJ, and there was nothing to burn me out. It just felt like they never got to the second gear like soon enough. Like I was like, give it to me now. But
Oh,
but
Stone Cold needs you to go into second gear so he can get on with his
did y'all ever
day.
notice when Damian Priest came out? Because I never noticed when he came
I
out.
never saw him
No,
come
I
out.
Not from a
didn't.
fan.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
So-
not until the end. I was like, "Hey, what the hell is Damian Priest doing there?" And it's 1, 2, 3, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's the issue when he's wearing all black and he's standing next to the cameramen and the
Yeah.
photographers. They're all wearing all black too, so you just think he's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just got so confusing. I was like, when did he come out?
Wow, you're racist. It's because he's Puerto Rican.
Wow. I have
Confirmed.
Jesse.
Knew it.
I have
Puro
Jesse on
Pinche
here.
Hey, I'm not Puerto Rican.
No, you're 5% black.
That's true. I'm 5% black.
I don't know. You're probably 5% Puerto Rican too, for all I know. I mean, you tell us your DNA test results. I don't even know.
23 and me. Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on from that one. Well, actually, no. Kay, did you give your thoughts, or you're good?
Oh no, yeah. I said the last half of it was good, but that first part of pacing was just slow. Like I wasn't burned out, but I was just like, all right, you're
It felt
killing me
dragged.
here.
You're
Like I'm
bored. You're a
falling
little
asleep.
bored.
Yeah, I was bored, and I think because I knew like the next match, which I think was Pat and Austin. No, what was the one
Sheamus.
after that? Oh, so that one.
That was a
Oh,
Sheamus. That
Well,
was
you
terrible.
want we want to just go to that one.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's go straight into it.
All right, so
Let's do it. Yeah.
Sheamus and Rich Holland with Butch defeat the New Day, who came out in Big E singlets in honor of him.
Mhm.
That's the 0.5 star match in my opinion because it was 2 minutes long. Actually,
was
1 minute and
squash.
40 seconds.
It was a squash match.
It was
Yeah.
unnecessarily done. They didn't even need to do it. Like, don't even book the damn match.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you took it off, it was supposed to be on night 1. You put it on night 2, and it's a 2-minute match. This is stupid. Like, yeah, it was.
The entrances were longer.
Yeah, facts, mad facts. Yeah.
I thought they should. If you're gonna just do this to them, at least give them the pre-show. They could have
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
like 10 minutes right there.
And the unfortunate part is like they're really good wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like they have good characters. I think they could have put on a really good match, but I don't think it was their fault. But it was definitely probably one of the worst matches.
At least 4 out of 5 of them are good wrestlers. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Big E will tell you which one isn't. You could ask him. Xavier Woods did give them a new name for their faction. He said it on Saturday, which we didn't get to see on TV or anything. But he called them Butch, Bot, and Bitch.
Oh man.
So Butch, Lil Pete Dunne, Botch, Rich Holland, and Bitch, Sheamus. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's a good
Watch,
match.
bitch. I like it.
Dude, and right before the match, like I thought it was so cringy that they showed Big E's like that when he broke his neck. Like,
Oh
dude,
my god,
that looks
WWE
so
would do that.
bad.
I
man.
was yelling from my seat, like, "Don't show it! Don't show it!" Like, but they did.
I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised that they showed it. Like they literally showed him breaking his neck. Like I was just like, wow. Like
Way to go, creative.
Yeah,
I know.
it's like, ooh, let's just turn it into a storyline.
it
And then
almost looked like they turned it into like the story. You know what I mean? Like they made it part of the
Yeah,
story.
that's not
Yeah.
out of the realm of WWE
they
creative,
don't
bro.
give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
They don't.
So yeah, have a star rating. Was this the weakest match of the night for y'all?
Absolutely.
For sure. I don't think it's their fault, but for sure it is. Like it for sure was the weakest.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not mine. It's not
Impossible.
mine.
Oh,
not mine.
was it a McMahon and
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah?
That doesn't
Okay, I'll
really
give you
count.
that.
Okay, so we'll just go into it. We'll just count it as one. First, Pat McAfee defeats Austin Theory,
Mhm.
and then he challenges Mr. McMahon, but Mr. McMahon wins over Pat McAfee. Jesse, your thoughts?
Okay, let's start off with his age. He's what in his late 70s,
76,
early 70s,
77.
76. Okay, man. Okay, it was super hype to see him take off his shirt. And he was all like ripped, like if he was like Master Roshi. But man, he definitely moves like a 70-year-old. You know, like real slow.
On roids.
Like he couldn't sell anything. He couldn't sell like oxygen to like anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Couldn't sell that.
oh my god. And him.
He sold
Like,
his
and
ticket.
it's funny because I remember seeing him when I was younger, and like, man, he was all about like all the wrestling moves, taking a lot of the hits. He couldn't take nothing. He couldn't even take a stunner, you know. Oh man,
Yeah, spasm
It was-
before he got the stunner.
it was definitely rough to see, but it was still good to see. Like, this is probably his last match too, you know, with the Stone Cold.
I mean, it should have never been a match. I mean, the Austin Theory Pat McAfee match was fun,
It was.
we were all humming to the theme song Pat came out with. It was fucking loud. It was pumped. We were pumped for him. We booed the fuck out of Austin Theory. We were glad Pat won.
Yeah.
Um, it was just so much fun just for that. I did see, and this is where commentary I did need it because when McAfee was like saying, "Come on in, Vince," I was thinking like, "Oh, they're probably gonna chug some beers or whatever," because McAfee's wearing the same fucking outfit he wears for his podcast show all the time. The tank top, black pants. And Vince McMahon, when he ripped off his shirt, he's got the black pants, he's got the black tank top, and I'm like, oh, they're about to party. No, it's a match. And I'm like, oh well, this is stupid. And then
I absolutely love that Stone Cold stunned literally everybody, and then he was just running around the ring laughing, chugging beers and shit.
Well, like, so McAfee has to sell to McMahon because McMahon can't take a hit. So he eats like 3 clotheslines, then he gets punted with the football.
Yep.
So like, and that's it. That's the match. McAfee literally had to die. Like, that's his wrestling career. It's over now.
Yeah. He had to die to get the win, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it. And that's the lowest ranking match. I'm not even giving a star rating. It's 0 out of 5 stars.
I honestly didn't even consider it a match.
Did you? It was 3 clotheslines, and then Austin Theory fucking crotches him on the steel post. It's not a match.
Yeah.
And it was longer than the New Day match. It was twice as long.
That's so sad.
like how bad for the New Day? Like they couldn't even get that much time on there. But the best part, yes, was Stone Cold coming out. No, did y'all see on the reaction on the Titantron where Vince was like celebrating with Austin Theory, and then Theory song goes off, and then
he got scared? I know he did that, and I was like,
yeah.
I started telling the guy, I was all dead ass. I bet you Stone Cold's gonna come out or Shane's gonna come out and whip his ass.
Yeah.
And then you just hear the fucking glass shatter.
It was perfect. I mean, Vince can't eat a stunner.
No.
Austin Theory did a good job. He kind of gave an homage to Scott Hall, even if it wasn't his intention, because that's how Scott Hall ate the stunner at WrestleMania 17. And then Pat with the spit take,
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Dude, so good. I'll tell you, the Austin Theory Pat McAfee match was my favorite match of the night. I loved it. I thought it was great. The spots were great. The storytelling was awesome for the match. And I don't want to say, dude, Pat probably got the second biggest pop next to Stone Cold. I want to say even bigger pop than when Cody came out, or just as big. Like, if anything, it was like Cody and Pat, and then like obviously Stone Cold. But then when like Pat won, I think everybody lost their fucking mind. Like,
I would say Stone Cold, Taker, Pat, Cody, and then Pat.
Taking Taker out because he didn't wrestle.
Well, I mean, he also came out for both nights. That's kind of why I gave him that.
He got popped. But I'm going to say for actual matches, yeah, it's Stone Cold, Pat, and then Cody. In terms of just popping.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest ones as far as like the crowd noise throughout all night or throughout matches was the main event and then the Pat McAfee Austin Theory match. Those were the ones where all the fans were just like into it the whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
But y'all got anything else? Y'all thoughts on this one with Stone Cold's second appearance of the weekend?
It was great. It was perfect.
It was awesome, man.
I loved it.
I'm glad he didn't actually fall because I didn't know if y'all know.
He slipped
on his way out.
He's oh shit.
That's what happens when you have all that beer. All right, let's finish it off, guys. Roman Reigns becomes the undisputed WWE champion. So over Cowboy Brock Lesnar. Kay, I'll let you share your thoughts because I know you wanted the opposite.
I did, son of a bitch. I wanted Cowboy Brock to win so bad. But I'm gonna be honest, when the Usos won the night before, right? I was like, fuck, Roman's gonna retain. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was starting to take off really well. It was starting to be paced really well, and then but Roman ended up getting hurt. I want to say it looked like he tore a bicep or something or he tore a muscle or something. Because I watched Raw yesterday, not yesterday. I'm sorry, on Monday, and he was like wincing when he would put like his left arm down, like with the belt. I did notice that, so I was like, you're trying to hide something. But overall, I thought it was a good match. I think if he didn't get hurt and it would have went like probably another like 3 minutes or so, I think it would have had a real strong finish. But because it was obvious that Roman got hurt, they had to kind of finish it early. It finished just a little awkwardly or a little too quickly, but still was a real fun match. Again, I wanted Cowboy Brock. I'm so in on Cowboy Brock, but it just adds to the whole heel aspect of Roman and the bloodline. Like, this is what people wanted for a long fucking time. And so now that they have it, like, I get why WWE's like, you're gonna get it for a while. Like, and so like he's ran through everybody. The only person left is The Rock, the real head of the table.
Jesse, your thoughts on this match?
I think I wanted Brock to win just because I really like the cowboy persona. I'm not terribly upset that Roman won, but there was this theory I heard, or like people were talking about, like if Roman won, that The Rock would come out, and man, I thought that was gonna happen, but it didn't. But it's all good. But it definitely was a fun match. I thought he did get hurt, but I didn't see anything like afterwards, like anyone talking about him getting hurt. So I wasn't 100% sure about that. I don't know if you heard if he got hurt.
He's hurt for sure. I think it's going to take a few weeks to recover. It ain't nothing serious, because otherwise they would do a storyline where he probably drops the title. Maybe to somebody. Maybe he'll lose at WrestleMania Backlash. Who knows? But
it was a good match for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was the best main event. It definitely was not the best match of the weekend. Was it the biggest WrestleMania match of all time?
I was expecting it to be more brutal, but I mean, it was still fun.
Well, I don't know if y'all heard too. There's also rumors supposedly Brock got hurt too when he ate that spear in the corner, or like he got legitimately hurt too. So there was injuries on both sides where they had to just wing it a lot compared to what they probably wanted to do. I think Roman deserved to win this one. Like I said in the predictions video last week, he needed to get finally the definitive win over Brock at WrestleMania, which he never had before.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't say clean. There was low blows.
Sorry,
I know.
No, it was not clean, but definitive win. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So he just needed that solid victory over Brock. And speaking about D-Rock on this one, I needed it as soon as Roman walked out of the ring to celebrate. I knew The Rock wasn't coming out.
Oh
yeah.
Brock didn't roll out or anything. It would have
hit while he was still in the ring, and it would have been like a reaction. Like, yeah, you're right.
And maybe I need to catch the replay. But I think Brock sold it like it was his final match, and that would suck to see. I need to see the broadcast, but because Brock laid there the whole time, he laid it. I think he ate like 5-6 spears, and he was there like laying there, and he ate it like almost was like his last match.
Is that you think he got hurt? So what if he was like really hurt and he was just kind of laying there, not trying to sell it but selling it?
I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, if you're hurt, and whether it's your ribs or whatever,
you're not
it is,
wanting to move around.
Is hurt.
He walked out on his own power, so like he's good to go there. But this will be. Well, yes, we know that you barely made it out alive as well. Okay, we heard. But no, I mean, that was a fun WrestleMania experience. I mean, just overall, like regardless of what y'all thought, Saturday was better than Sunday as far as matches qualities, for sure. But as far as our first experiences and stuff like that, fucking wonderful. Maybe next time we go to a WrestleMania, maybe we could all plan to go all to those indie shows as well. I know they had that ROH Super Card of Honor, the Impact matches and stuff like that. So, and of course, WrestleCon was a lot cool. Like I said, I saw a lot of people there, like Chavo, Vicky, Trish, Lita. Saw old school wrestlers, current ones as well. But other than that, I mean, any final thoughts y'all got on the weekend y'all want to share?
I'm just really excited that this was my first WrestleMania. We get to see Stone Cold have his last match. McMahon have his last match. Like, wow.
McMahon didn't even have to have his match. I'll tell you that right now.
I know.
Stone Cold
but it was his last match for sure.
We don't know that.
I think it was.
Okay, should
It
be his
should
last
be.
match.
No, it's the last time he'll sell something or attempt to sell something.
Yeah.
Maybe it might not be
True.
his last match.
So the only thing he sold was
gotta-
his knees buckle.
We got to see
Legitimately now.
Undertaker get in the Hall of Fame. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And then Triple H retire. That was bittersweet.
Oh man, he left his boots. I was not expecting that to start
Oh,
off.
man.
That was sad.
Tugging on my heartstrings.
I was like, oh man, he's hugging his daughters and making us get in our fields right before freaking Randy Orton comes out
I
to
know.
the
I was
arcade
about
bro
ready to
theme.
cry.
Like, how dare you?
Some bitch.
No, but it was definitely a great experience, man. Got to see a lot of the wrestlers I grew up with, and a lot of new ones that I'm very excited to continue seeing. So yeah.
Just say I don't believe in any way possible you're actually going to continue like watch wrestling and learn about these guys at all.
Damn, prove him wrong, bro.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
Did you watch Raw?
I dreamt about it.
Are you going to watch SmackDown?
Sure.
Sure.
The bullshit in his voice. All right. Well,
Yeah, I
That's
have
all
Peacock. I can watch it.
yes, you do have Peacock. Go ahead. You watch all that shit. It's not on there live, but go ahead. Go ahead and watch that shit. All right. Well, that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thank you for hopping on. Definitely a lot shorter than last week's episode.
Oh yeah, the 2-hour
Damn.
prediction podcast.
We're good. We're good. All right, Jesse, you got any plugs you want to share with people?
Yeah, I'm not a drug dealer, so it's not going to be that kind of plug. But
fuck.
you got a band, Dear Graceful. Check us out. We're on Instagram, Facebook. We have a ministry, me and Kay, Tons of Fire. Definitely check that out. And yeah, man. Thanks for listening.
All right, Gray. Your plugs?
You can follow me on Instagram at Chris Burns Red, KRIS Burns Red. I also have a Twitter by the same handle. I don't really use it much, but in case you want to follow my stupid shenanigans on there, which are many.
He will shenanigans.
Yeah, I want to plug Puro Pinche Podcast, Puro Pinche Sports, aka Puro Pinche Racism, because Jose Luis is a racist against Jesse. No, I'm just playing.
I definitely feel offended.
You
best
should be
man.
offended.
Somebody
Stone
read
Cold's offended for
He's
you.
the godfather of my child.
No, yeah, man, that's it. Yeah, like I said, we're in a ministry, and then Horns of the Rose will be coming back hopefully soon for an episode. So that's at Horns of the Rose, all one word. Find us. If not, just DM me. Not that you will, but if you do.
But
Yeah,
please
that's
also
it,
go on YouTube and look for Blues and Brews.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm gonna tell Steven you said that.
some good old movie reviews and some lager drinking. You
Oh
know.
my God! All 5
yeah.
episodes.
Hey man, whatever. Those are good times.
Right? Hell yeah.
This will be the last time I can walk around with this championship belt and have no like shame of doing so. But that's about it. Like,
Actually, I just won a belt too in our little fantasy league.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah, I won the belt.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to get that from Steven.
Which is the replica for that one? It was
The
White
one
Unicorn,
you did
right?
for that one is the WCW Heavyweight Championship. Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Big gold
Yes,
belt.
sir. I'll take pictures of it when I get it.
Noise. All right, guys, and of course you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Puro Pinche Sports, on Twitter Pinche Sports Pod. For Jesse Mendez, for Stone Cold K Trevino, I am Jose Garza, and we are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out. No waiting for you guys.